Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Tokihogushi playthrough. Now, I really think that today is going to have so much in it because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but oh my god. Yeah, let's just say last time the events very quickly changed. Nagisa. Oh my god, I really wonder what's actually happened with her. I wonder if we're actually going to get any sort of exhibits on, you know, what actually happened during their conversation with Denna. During her conversation with Denna. Oh my god. Yeah, man, that hurts. That really does hurt, that death. I just genuinely wonder what's going to be behind it. And I also wonder, you know, what the fuck this arson has actually been caused for. I mean, obviously it's been caused because Tomoe used Nenna as a threat. Sorry, other way around even. Nenna used Tomoe as a threat. But, yeah, I just really wonder why. And obviously what led her to doing this. I mean, it is just so surprising that she actually still has it in her to do this. I mean, yeah, it really just shows that... I really don't know. I really don't know why she is just so, I mean, for a lack of a better word, insane here, really. It's going to be really quite interesting just finding out. I hope we find more out on her thought process. Oh my god, though. Yeah, I really wonder what's actually going to happen when we go to this crime scene, though. So, wait a second, Minai-san. Tomoe ignored Fujita's repeated attempts to stop her as she climbed out of the car and walked towards the crime scene. Oh yeah, interesting. Sensing that something was off, he stepped in front of her and turned around trying to block her. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, she's literally died. She's like, done this. She's literally spread her body around as far as possible. Of course, that's going to be a horrific sight. Yeah, good for him. Oh, what the hell are you doing, Minai-san? Oh my god. Wow, I'm actually really quite surprised that he's, you know, getting this defensive about it. God. Yeah. I've never seen her be so cold. Seriously. Yeah, Fujita couldn't help but gasp at that quiet but fiercely raffled remark. What on earth happened to her? Oh, yeah, he does not have a clue. That was truly the first time Fujita had ever seen a look of such rage on Tomoe's face. Yeah, understandable, yeah. It had been over 2 months since Section GPR Mamada assigned him to work with a female detective named Minai Tomoe. I'm actually quite surprised. They really have built up a, you know, really quite productive and good relationship within those 2 months. That's surprising. Even though they were the same age, he was working as a subordinate 2 ranks below her. Yeah. She was smart, but also had a surprisingly childlike side to her. Yeah, definitely. She was also charming and far more approachable than the usual elite course members, complimented by the serious but attentive look of a class representative. Yeah, that is fair enough that he'd say that. Yeah. Well, he'd think that even. So even though she would frequently shout and violently lash out, he would always step in and stop her halfway. Somehow that arrangement worked well. But he couldn't do that now. In fact, he couldn't even get close to her. Yeah, if her anger before was like taking a blow from a wooden sword, right now she was wielding a real sword. Oh, I like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There was a viciousness there that suggested that he'd be killed if he moved any closer. Yeah, Jesus. That is really understandable. I mean, judging by Tomoe's circumstances, it is so understandable. And I mean, my god, of course he has this much rage. Of course everything is, you know, really just being so fucking stressful. I mean, she wants to see the body because she probably feels as if, I mean, she's probably starting to feel the guilt about, you know, her having encouraged her to see Lena and, you know, obviously leading to this. Yeah, right. Minai-san. Oh my god, yeah, is she actually going to realise how, you know, how you know, unusually mad she's became. Yeah, then Tomoe silently walked by Fujita's side as he stood there petrified. Yeah, my god. After that, 2 detectives from the second division who were doing crowd control noticed the 2 of them and quickly ran to them. Why are you here? Said Director Minai. Alright, this scene is under the second investigation division's control. Oh, he is going to get shouted at. Oh, if you step in now, you'll be compromising our authority. if you get in the way of our investigation...
どけ
Oh my god, yeah, you just really tell that she is not up for anything. Yeah, out of the way. Oh my god, wait, what's happened? The two detectives from the 2nd Division who attempted to stop her were overwhelmed by an intense aura and ended up backing out of her way. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. You do not want to mess with somebody like that because, yeah, she is in emergency conditions. She will not listen to anybody. Still feeling puzzled, Fujita followed behind Tomoe and walked to the crime scene. Oh my god, yeah. Things are going to get a lot worse once she sees what's actually happening. I don't even want to imagine how horrifying it must be. I mean, yeah, it's just... Let's just say Gory cannot describe it, what she's probably about to see. And it's not only the fact that it's a horrifying sight, but secondly, the fact that she actually knows and potentially has had an involvement in this. That's the scary thing. Forensic investigation was being conducted and evidence photos were being taken throughout the site, while police lights flashed all around them. Yeah, red police lights even. And behind the crowd of people tirelessly working was a slightly bulging sheet laying on the ground. Yeah, at least, you know, it's covered up. When Tomoe began walking in that direction, a hand grabbed her from the side. Who is it? Princess. Yeah. I find it so weird that they call them princess. I mean, obviously, I don't really understand why they call her that. Maybe it's just like, maybe that is a way of, I don't know, addressing your superiors in really casual terms in Japan. I don't fucking know. What's going on? You're not supposed to be here. Please excuse me, Hayami-san. Yeah, I'll be out of here soon. Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting that even though she isn't meant to be here, she feels so much of a sense of emergency that, you know, it does not matter whatsoever. And yeah, that's understandable. It really is. Hey. Oh my god, yeah, she is not going to know whatsoever. She doesn't want to know whatsoever. Oh shit. Oh god. Without Tomoe bowed her head to the acquaintance from the mobile investigation team, and then she lifted up the sheet without waiting for an answer. What? She lifted it up? Jesus. Oh my fucking god. I mean, that is actually fair enough. She probably does need to confirm this death is who she thought it was. Oh god. Oh. Yeah, until now she thought she was getting used to seeing corpses. It takes a change of heart to be able to look on at that miserable state of human life. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, and it really is quite surprising that these people can do it so well, honestly, without being, you know, completely fucked in the head themselves. Because if you're completely mental and, you know, you have some very bad problems, then obviously you wouldn't feel this sort of sense of dread, but yeah, but right now, oh my god, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. She clenched her fist so intently that nails bit into her palms. A dull sound rang out as she clenched her teeth. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh my god, yeah, I find it interesting, like, it does not matter that she's used to seeing dead people. This just must fucking hurt. It really must. Then sensing the warm, rusty smell emanating from her mouth, Tomoe wiped at her lip. It was a slimy liquid. She was biting down on her lip without thinking, and she bit hard enough to cut into the meat and spout up. Jesus. Yeah, that really just shows how stressful it is. I mean, without thinking, Jesus. Isn't it unbelievable just to see her here? She was so happy, and then just like a few days later, this is happening. I mean, my god. It really is shocking. Thank you so much, Minai-san. God. Yeah, she had a bright smile on her face when they parted ways. The image still lingered on the back of her eyelids. Yeah, she was such a cute girl. No, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, she was a strong girl. Yeah, definitely. She wanted to put the past to rest and finally move on forward. Isn't it sad that I think... I mean, obviously, it's, you know, just a rule of thumb that this conversation hasn't gone well because, obviously, of what happened. But, yeah. Isn't it just sad to think that, you know, like... She could have put everything to rest, but... I'd assume because she couldn't, and obviously Minai wasn't there, and, you know, she was busy doing other things when she actually tried calling in. Yeah, she just felt nobody could be there for her, and yet, never again will she be able to see her face. Oh my god, I know. Yeah, to have a conversation together. God. Minai-san, did you know her? Yeah. God, you really know if things are emergencies when she doesn't even have, you know, the composure to tell Fujita that, you know, she's an own person.
少し前に会って話をしたわ。
Yeah, I met her just a little while ago and we talked.
可愛い子だったのよ。
Yeah, she was such a cute girl. Trying her hardest to suppress their raging emotions, Tomoe said that. And mine, yeah, really, really cute. She surely would have become a beautiful woman in the future. Yeah. She lamented that it wouldn't come to be and regretted it. Yeah. No. There are so many things that happen when a person dies, especially like things like this, you know. Especially younger people like this, they're never going to be able to have, you know, the future that they deserve, really. It's best not to look too much, princess. Yeah, I rushed here as soon as I got the report, but it was already like this. God. The mobile investigation team detective, Hayami, put a hand on Tomoe's shoulder as he said that. After taking a deep breath to cool her head, Tomoe folded the sheet down, then held her hands together and closed her eyes. Yeah. What about the drive? Yeah, that is actually an interesting question. I mean, even though she was, you know, laying like this in the middle of a road, completely spread out, why the fuck was the driver there? Maybe she did it suddenly. Yeah, I mean, my god, you've just done that to another human being. Of course you should be in shock. The culprit was taken to the prefectural police's department workplace negligence unit. What's workplace negligence? Is that, I don't know, just irresponsibly commuting? Oh. So negligence, oh, interesting. Personal, wait, no. Yeah, failed. I suppose employer negligence is where, I haven't actually got a definition for workplace negligence, but employer negligence is where, you know, somebody is failing to provide a safe working environment, which is considerate of their employees' rights. Yeah, but I'd assume here, workplace negligence maybe, well, obviously it's failing to provide a good environment for the people around them, but yeah, it doesn't really they don't go to the same workplace, so yeah, I don't really understand that. But wait, now hang on a second. I've been misinterpreting this. Police department's workplace and then negligence unit. So yeah, that would actually make sense now. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it just horrible? I mean, God. If Tomoe hadn't seen corpses and wasn't used to it, I do not even want to imagine how shocking this would be. It's just so brutal. It seriously is. I mean, like, there are definitely a lot of ways that you can kill yourself, but like this one, I just think this is especially, you know, awful, really.
At
the moment, the investigation is being handled by the 1st Investigation Division at HQ rather than the Transportation Division.
捜査一課で
1st Investigation Division? I'm actually really quite surprised about that because that is of high rank. Hayami nodded. The truck was allegedly driving at a normal speed, but the driver only at the last second noticed a shadow of a person on the ground in a shaded area. Oh. Holy shit, that's awful. God. Oh my god. God, that really is awful. Oh my god. I think it's even worse that he noticed. I mean to be fair. Yeah, my god. Yeah, it's just so awful that he actually noticed this was the case, but it was too late when he actually had, and you know, somebody's life had literally ended as a result of it. Because let's be honest, I think he would have tried to, you know, save her, put her in the right direction, at least get her off the bloody road if this had not happened. God, that's so awful. God, street lights not being able to reach it though, that really is brutal.
証言通りブレーキの跡は確かにあった。
The brake markings corroborate that testimony.
今も現場検証中だが、少なくとも人が地面にいると分かった上で故意に引いたとは考えにくい。
Yeah, but that motive is just insane. On-site investigation is still ongoing, but it's still hard to believe somebody would notice a person on the ground and deliberately strike them. Yeah.
しかも飛び出してきたのならともかく、わざわざ街灯が見えにくい場所を選んで横たわって、いや、置かれていた。
Jesus Christ. So she deliberately chose that with the intent of, you know, dying. I just genuinely can't imagine what the fuck must she have been thinking. Was she asleep or was she not or what? Moreover, this location was chosen because it was far from the streetlights and hard to see. God, whether she deliberately chose to jump into traffic or was set down there. Nah, she deliberately... To be fair, there would be a lot of motive for deliberately choosing to jump, but at the same time, we can't deny the possibility of potentially somebody setting up. It makes sense for it to be something that she's done on her own will, but yeah, it's not 100% true.
車道に突き込んで寝転がるやつなどいないことを考えても、事件性が極めて高い。
Considering that nobody would ever want to lay down on the road, that probability seems high. Yeah.
それで一家がわざわざ。
So is the first division even going to bother with it?
被害者は女子学生だ。おそらくマスコミが食いつく。
God, yeah. The victim is a schoolgirl, so the media is going to eat it up.
報道対応のことも考慮して。本部で対応した方がいいというのが堂島課長の判断だ。
Considering the potential news coverage, Section Chief Dojima decided it would be best for HQ to handle it.
この遺体もすぐに司法解剖に回すことになっている。
The body is also supposed to be submitted for autopsy immediately.
そうですか。
Is that so?
それよりも姫さん、ここは早く引き上げた方がいい。
More importantly, Princess, you should get out of here right away.
今ここには二課の。
Yeah, this area is under the 2nd Division's authority. Unfortunately, as Hayami whispered out to Tomoe, Section Chief Okabe and Kojima from 2nd Division were... Yeah, what are you doing here? Yeah, everybody wants to know. Yeah.
ここは捜査二課の担当ですよ、南井次長。
You realize that the 2nd Division is in charge of this location, right, Assistant Director Mina? Yeah, I mean, even though... I mean... At least she has got information about, you know, what's actually happened to her and, you know, who did it as well. Yeah, at least she has actually gained something from this, even though she's broken rules of authority. But at the same time, this is an emergency situation. I think it would be quite insane not to do so. After a quick glance at the two of them and their magnanimous demeanour. Magnanimous. 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 What the fuck does magnanimous mean? Oh, generous or forgiving. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. After a quick glance at the two of them and their magnanimous. What a brilliant word. Rambunctious. That's even better. Demeanour. Tomoe turned away from the sheet and rose to her feet. Okabe stepped between her and Hayami as if to say they were in the way and made Kojima lift the sheet. Yeah, understandable. I mean, I do not even want to imagine. I mean, yeah, I've seen some bad things, but God, nothing as bad as that. Jesus. There's not even a trace of how she looked when she still lived.
後で写真をお渡しします。その辺で。
God, I'll give you the photos later, so let's leave it at that. I mean, God. That is seriously surprising, because I was assuming that, you know, the car had maybe just split all of her, you know, body parts. But no, it's also completely fucked her face. I mean, obviously I never really thought about it, but still, that is unbelievable. My God, I don't even want to imagine how terrifying she must look. Having said that, Hayami somewhat forcefully began laying the sheet back down. He was being considerate of Tomoe. Yeah, good. Yeah.
どうだね、事件性は。
So what can you tell us about the incident?
遺体の司法解剖が済んだ後で正式に報告します。
An official report will be provided after formal
鑑識の見解では、被害者は歴史する直前まで生きていたと思われますので、一家主導で事件捜査を行う予定です。
The forensics team believes the victim was alive up until she was struck, so we're planning to conduct this investigation led by the First Division at HQ.
マスコミが喜んで飛びついてきそうな事件だな。
Yep.
自殺なら受験勉強の疲れ、失恋からの絶望、殺人なら怨恨暴行といったところか。
Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. They'll just make up these, really generalized reasons. They won't, none of them could potentially, reflect her actual sort of means for doing it. I mean, I really do wonder if they can actually put the means, the genuine sort of motives they have, because is that confidential or is it not? I wonder. If it's a suicide, they'll say she was overworked studying for exams or fell to despair from a broken heart. Yeah, I mean, she was a pretty bright girl. I think I remember her saying that obviously she really wanted to aim high. She wanted to aim for the college that KOUHEI was going for, and it was quite out of her league, so she really needed to study hard. So, I'd assume she probably did have a little bit of stress from school, but that doesn't matter here. I mean, it's so much more important. Or fell to despair from a broken heart. If it's a murder, they'll peg it as grudge or assault. God.
後始末をするこちらの身にもなってもらいたいものだ。
I'd love to be the person who has to clean this up. Yeah, that must be a really quite awful job. You should not joke like that when Tomoe's there, though. Holy fuck. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, Tomoe did everything to resist the urge to shout at him and tell him to keep his mouth shut as he didn't know the
とりあ
circumstances.
えず捜査一課が出張ってくるのなら、我々の出る幕はないな。
Anyway, as long as the First Division takes over, there's no reason for us to take
あ
action.
とは地域課に任せて、我々は引き上げてもいいかね。
After that, we can leave it to the Community Affairs Division and it will be out of our hands.
どうぞ、お疲れ様です。
Please do, thanks for your assistance.
そんなわけだから見ない次長、君たちも引き上げたまえ。
With that in mind, instead to Director Minai, you all
手
should
柄
be
を
on your
横取
way.
りするつもりだったかもしれんが、当てが外れたな。
If you came into expecting to steal our thunder, you were mistaken. Yeah, my god. I can't believe that she's... he's still not seeing why she is here. I mean, it's probably so obvious within the way she's acting and, how she's feeling. And her body language and stuff like that. I mean, he's a detective after all. He should be able to tell that. Tomoe wasn't interested in playing along with Wakabe's sarcastic banter, so she pretended not to hear it and told Hayami, yeah.
後で検視結果を聞かせてください。
Hayami-san, please let me know the autopsy results.
それと念のために運転手の聴取内容もお伺いできますでしょう
Just in
か。
case, could I get a transcript of what the driver said? Yeah, interesting, because she probably needs to use this in her investigation about Denar.
ああ、わかった。
Sure, got it. Well, not Denar, but obviously Denar's a big part of it, but ultimately it's KOUHEI's investigation.
"それとこの周辺の遺留物も
And
で
if
き
it's
れば
possible, anything left in this area.
ああ、それは私たちを通して県警に依頼してもらいたいものですね。
Oh, if you'd like anything else, you have to ask prefectural police through us.
この山は二課の担当なんですから、規則を遵守していただかなくては困ります。
This incident is under the authority of the 2nd Division, so it could prove troublesome if you don't follow proper regulations. Kojima stepped between Tomoe and Hayami as he said that. It was obvious to everyone that he was just saying that to earn points of Wakabe. Oh, interesting. But Tomoe concealed her emotions and responded, of course, while not. Oh, that's actually really quite funny, that. Yeah. Interesting.
この件の情報提供については明日所長の決裁を得た上で依頼をさせていただきます。
Submit a formal request tomorrow after getting consent from the chief.
お手数ですがご対応をよろしくお願いします。
Sorry for the trouble and thank you for your support.
なるほど。虎の意を狩るですか。
I see the fox is borrowing the tiger's authority.
そこまで手柄を立てたいんですか
You want to play
ね。
that badly? Oh no, he really is naive. Tomoe suddenly asked herself, which one of us is the fox? yeah, but responded with a wry smile as though she didn't care. However, Kojima kept going, seemingly spurned by the threat of incurring her boss's anger. Oh my god, yeah.
さすが所長に妹を差し出して関心を買っただけのことはありますな。
God. That's horrible. Naturally, all you had to do to buy the chief's favour is give him your little sister.
使えるものは親でも使う。いやいや、
God.
幹部候補生ともなれば考え方が違う。
Use everything at your disposal, even your family. Oh, my executive candidates have a completely different way of looking at things.
だと
What's that?
妹は玉の腰に乗せて自分もまたその恩恵に預かる。
God. Have your sister marry into power and reap the rewards
変
yourself.
貌診療というか、なかなかできることじゃありません。
I really can't believe this person. I mean, it's just really quite insane that this has turned to, you know, obviously talking about the whole, you know, case-related things, now to just, you know, her family, situations. I mean, it really is just quite an unpleasant environment, this. God.
まあもっともそうでもしなければ女性の立場でそれだけの
Okay,
地
that
位を
is
得る
awful.
ことは
That really is.
難しいものですからな。
This must be a real test of Tomoe's, you know, perseverance. Holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, you can just hear from her voice, she's just, you know, really getting more and more angry. I mean, it's fucking hard not to. Yeah, normally she would have cursed him in her heart and paid that comment no heed. As a member of society, she intended to have the minimum level of patience and common sense expected of an adult. But today, right at this moment, oh my god, yeah, it must be so fucking difficult. Up.
はい。
Oh.
うるせえって言ってんだよ。
Yeah, I said shut up.
言ってて恥ずかしくないのかゲス野郎が。
Oh, are you not ashamed of what you're saying, you shithead?
自分の能力棚に上げて喧嘩売るってんならいつでも買ってやんぞあ。
Oh my god. I mean, fucking hell, that is a proper lash out, that, wow. I mean, to be fair, even though it is a lash out, she's probably going to get in trouble for this. But it's not like it wasn't deserved. But yeah, anyway, yeah, fucking hell. Good for her for being able to stand up to this, yeah. If you're blind to your own weaknesses and looking to pick a fight, I'm ready to fight back at any moment. Well, oh my god, wait, did she actually attack him?
ダメです、南さん。
Don't do this, Minasan. After she closed the distance between them and spoke up with a totally different tone, Kojima couldn't help but fall silent. Yeah, funny that. The bully always remains the weakling in the end. Yeah. If Fujita hadn't grabbed her arm so quickly, she might have taken it a step further. Yeah. There were rumours going around behind the scenes ever since she came to Tokihogushi Station, but since the rumours were completely ungrounded, Tomoe paid them no... Yeah, fair. However, if somebody was trying to make flippant remarks right in front of her rather than... Yeah, it is horrible. Yeah, understandable. I mean, obviously they haven't showed her, you know, sensible treatment, so why should she do it backwards? You know, why should she, you know, return the favour of showing sensible treatment, I suppose? But, yeah.
南次長、口を慎みたまえ。
God. Yeah, you have the audacity to say that to Minai and yet not your own subordinate?
年上に対してその発言は聞き捨てならんぞ。
You mustn't speak that way to your elders.
じゃあ 今の小島補佐の発言は何だって言うんですか？
Yeah, yeah, my god, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, then what does that say about Detective Section Chief Kojima's remarks?
明らかに南井さんへの侮辱です。訂正してください。
Yeah, good for him. I agree.
そういう見方もあるということだ。
It's still an insult. Saying that point of view is
まあそ
fine.
れにしても君もとんだ猫かぶりだな。
Anyway, even you can't find ignorance of that.
妹が妹なら姉も姉。素性と血は争えんということか。
There's no disputing you have the same blood lineage. Oh shit. Yeah, I really think Hujita should just try and get her, you know, out of this situation. These people are... They're awful. They really are. I mean, if anything, one could say they're potentially bullies. I mean, yeah. I mean, they are doing a lot of things that bullies would do, to be fair, so... Oh! Yeah, understandable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That line breached the end of Tomoe's patience. She completely flew off the handle. Oh my god.
もう一度言ってみろ。
Yeah, one more time. Try saying that one more time. Go on.
言っていいことの区別もつかねえのか、このクソじじい。
Don't you even know what isn't inappropriate to say, you senile old man? My fucking god, she is destroying this person.
待ってください、
Hold
皆
on,
さん。
Minasan.
やめてください。頼みますから。
Stop this, I'm begging you. Oh, you.
話せ藤田。
Oh, good. I'm actually really quite happy that Hujita's, you know, done this, restrained her. Yeah, let me go, Hujita. That bastard. Yeah. He is an arsehole, I don't disagree. But at the same time, he is an arsehole. He's really just taken, you know, the opportunity to make, you know, her just so miserable in one of the worst situations she would be in. Yeah, she couldn't remember well what happened after that. Oh shit, did she actually get knocked unconscious by Hujita? But in the end, they were thrown out of the crime scene by nearby investigators. Yeah. The one thing she didn't forget was the pain. Oh my god. Of Hayami hitting her and shouting, calm down. God. Holy fuck, that really is a drama, let's just say. My god. Jesus, so a 1 week suspension. What if you're a deaf anyway, you know that?
バカじゃないの。
Yeah, it really is just quite awful to think that, you know, even though these people have been not only arseholes to her, but, you know, they've really taken advantage of her when she was in, you know, a state of grief. Then, yeah. And then she's the one that gets in trouble, of course. It never changes. God, poor girl, I mean. Yeah, when I say poor girl, I mean obviously Tomoe, but oh my god, Nagisa as well. Oh god, it really is awful what's happened to Nagisa. Yeah.
うっさい。
Oh, shut up. Yeah, Tomoe vented her irritation at Madoka, who was sitting in bed whilst he continued peeling the apple that she had brought for Madoka. Madoka couldn't help but sigh while gazing at the dexterity of her handiwork. Oh god. I suppose she doesn't really have time to, you know, practice skills like these.
しかしまあ、よくも謹慎で済んだものよね。
But I'm sure you got away with a temporary suspension.
回収の前で目下とはいえ、年上の刑事をグーパンチで一撃なんかして。
Jesus.
定食者よ。
Oh my god, so she punched the superior officer. Fucking hell. That really is quite something. A detective punching a superior officer right in the view of the public. You could have been fired if that had gone down. I'm just really surprised he hasn't got in trouble for
グー
this.
じゃないパーよ
Oh god, they've twisted it.
大して変わんないわよ。結局殴ってんだか
Yeah,
ら
yeah, definitely, yeah. That doesn't make a difference. It's assault either way.
警察は軍隊じゃないんだからね。分かってるのお姉ちゃん。
You're a police officer, not a soldier. You understand that, right, sis? Yeah, she really may have gone. She really did go too far, but at the same time, at least, I suppose at least if you're looking at the positives now, nobody will know to fuck with her. Because, yeah, they may get a lot of bad things as a result of it. Yeah, when a sister so bluntly pointed that out, Tomoe was a complete loss of words. Indeed, even in situations where the blood rushes to your head, resorting to violence is the lowest act a member of society can stoop to. Oh yeah, definitely, but at the same time, if you... I mean, this is true, but at the same time, her situation was so bad that, you know, it obviously would have been so difficult for her to control this instinct. But secretly, Madoka was a little happy about it. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah, definitely, because... Yeah.
ちゃんと謝ったの
So did you apologize properly?
岡部課長に。
Oh, of course he has to apologize. Oh my god.
うん
Yeah.
嫌味の一つでも言われるかと思ったけど以後気をつけろって言われただけ
I'm surprised. I thought he was going to say something offensive, but he just said to be careful in the future.
なんか企んでるのかな
Yeah, I wonder if he's planning something.
単に怖かったんでしょ
Yeah, maybe he was just afraid. Yeah,
下手なこと言
fair.
ってもう一度怒らせたら今度こそバイオレンス劇場の始まりだって
If he says something careless and upset you again, it might just start another act of violence theatre. Violence theatre.
失礼ね
Excuse you.
そこまで理性飛んでないわよ
Yeah, I don't fly off the handle for no reason like that. Yeah, yeah.
説得力全くありませんの
Oh. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, let's just say the beginning of Tokihogushi. Let's just remember that exists. Realising there was nothing she could say to win this argument. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, Tomoe suddenly cut off her protest. Then she sliced the peeled apple into pieces, cut out the core, and neatly set the mouse on a plate, and inserted... Oh, right, yeah. And inserted toothpicks into each before, lightly holding the plate out to Madoka.
あれ食べさせてくれないの
Hi, you're not gonna feed them to me. What?
あんたの肩の両側にある
You've got two arms,
それは
don't you?
なんだ
私重病人だしさ
Come on, I'm seriously ill.
そんな元気な重病に見たことも聞いたことも食べたこともないっての
Oh my god, yeah, no seriously ill patient has ever looked, sounded, and eaten that
いらない
energetically.
なら私が全部食べるわよ
Yep, and she is you before you have finished making the decision of whether, you know, you want to eat them by yourself or not. Yeah, I think Tomoe would have eaten them all because she's so fucking fast at eating.
どっちみち半分は食べるくせに
Fair enough, yeah. As he said that, Madoka took the small plate, grabbed one by the toothpick, and shoved it into her mouth. The strong, sweet, and sour, and the moderately soft texture of the fruit mixed together to be very delicious. Oh yeah, I can imagine that, yeah.
ジューシーな歯ごたえがとっても美味しい
This texture is really tasty. Musical note. Weird hyphenated symbol.
病院前のスーパーのやつ
Oh, did you get these from the guy at the market in front of the hospital?
駅前百貨店の地下売り場よ
Oh, right. That's actually really quite cool. So, I'd assume that there's some sort of market that's happening. That's just really quite surprising though. So there's a market right next to a hospital. I just really find it difficult to imagine that. That's really quite cool though. The shop beneath the department store right in front of the station.
高かったんだからよく味わって食べ
Oh,
なさい
they're really expensive, so you better suffer them. Oh my god, so she's got like proper apples. Oh, proper apples are brilliant. They really are. Proper apples if you, I don't know, if you fry them or if you boil them in water or if you put them with peanut butter. Oh my god, brilliant stuff.
へいオンに行きます
Got it, I owe you one. That's actually really quite funny. Oh my god, yeah, so Madoka's actually in this place here because, you know, mental shock. But at the same time, from this, I think she's recovered. Let's just say that, I think. And obviously she's being asked to stop work just because of the terror of, you know, what she saw. I mean, if you have proper quality apples that you paid for and are really expensive, if you don't eat half of them, it's a bloody waste. Yeah, are you alright now? Oh, that's brilliant, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
最近はガスコンロの火も平気だったからちょっと油断しちゃった。
I'm flying around the fire from the gas stove these days, so oh my god, that's unbelievable. So, obviously, you know, her parents' death, obviously, seeing the fire and seeing everything, it's actually made her, I don't know, just sort of develop a really bad sort of trauma to fire. I mean, she probably, god, that's awful. So, I'm assuming, like, every time she sees something as small as, you know, gas from the gas stove, she just thinks of that. I mean, god, I can't imagine how much that, you know, must inconvenience daily life, and holy fuck, that must be so awful. Yeah, I'm flying around the fire from the gas stove these days, so I lowered my guard a little.
こんなに来たの久々だし、自分でもびっくりした。
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've gotten this way, so even I was surprised. Yeah, Tomoe picked up another apple and cut it into 8 half-moon-shaped pieces. This one was unpeeled and intended to be shared with Madoka.
I've
always been making trouble for you.
自分でも早く直そうとは思ってるんだけどさ。
I mean, things like this, she really can't help it. But yeah, I suppose you could say that has actually happened, you know, in the earlier parts of her life.
それはいい子なし。
Yeah, but I like that though. Of course, she wants to help. It's not like
焦ってもプラスには働かないってお医者さんも言ってたでしょ。
Yeah, the doctor said even if you recover quickly, you shouldn't go back to work just yet.
それに私はそのことで迷惑だなんて。
Oh yeah, I really like that. Yeah, besides, I've never even once thought you were a burden.
けどさ、このままじゃやっぱり周りの人にも嫌な思いさせちゃうし。
Still, I'm hurting the people around me like this. Yeah, I mean, that is understandable. That, you know, this would hurt the people around her, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, of course it's going to.
お姉ちゃんは事情分かってくれるから安心だけどさ。
Just know about the circumstances, so you're okay.
マルさんはどうなんだろう。
Oh god, yeah, he must have been so
どうなん
worried.
だろうって話してないの？
What about him? Have you not talked to him?
折を見て話すつもりだったんだけど、今日までつい。
I've been planning to talk to him about it, but even today I still haven't gotten around to it. Yeah.
まったく。
Unbelievable. Fair enough. This time it was Tomoe's turn to heave a sigh. A tendency to act immediately without thinking made things difficult at times like this. Yeah, it's actually really quite funny. I suppose you just have anything on your shoulders immediately, you know, get rid of it really. Whereas with Madoka, yeah, completely the opposite person. And Tomoe couldn't couldn't act like it was her issue either. Oh, yeah, definitely.
前に付き合ってた彼氏とはこれが全ての原因ってわけじゃない。
This is all because of some boyfriend I was dating before, but
やっぱりうまくいかなかったんだよね。
But in the end, things didn't go well.
見慣れない人にはちょっと引いちゃう感じらしくてさ。
People not used to it tend to be turned off by it. Yeah, it's interesting. So obviously, her experiences with other people and, you know, potential outbursts really must scare her. But at the same time, if Yamaoki is actually going to become, you know, her husband, then of course he needs to be tolerable with stuff like this.
Oh. 飲食店のバイトも厨房の火のせいであんまり長く続かなかった。
job at the restaurant didn't last long, thanks to a fire in the kitchen.
ライターとかならなんとか平気なんだけどね。
That really is awful. I mean, it's not only awful that, you know, this sort of triggers loads of her worst memories, really. I mean, could you imagine just having, like, the worst memories of your life and then, you know, having things that are so ordinary, you know, just constantly making you constantly forcing you to actually, you know, relive them. It must be really quite something. Yeah, and it's just so awful that, like, as a result of that, she's got fired from her job. Madoka. She understood now the reason she insisted on working at the Karabek Club. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. If she couldn't cheer herself up with alcohol, she wouldn't have been able to work.
ここに入院したのだって。表向きは頭打ったってことにしてるし。
When I was admitted to this hospital, the official record said that I took a blow to the
今更
head.
言ったらなんて反応するかな。
Yeah, my God, if I told him now, how would he
ひ
react?
どいことを言う人じゃないことは分かってるんだけど。
Yeah, that is understandable. I mean, to be fair, I think it is probably better him knowing than not, but at the same time, yeah. It will be sad, but at the same time, it's better than not knowing and better than, you know, having a lie. Seeing the deeply troubled look on Madoka's face made Tomoe's chest ache. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. Even after all this, her little sister was earnestly thinking about Yamaoki. She still didn't know what Yamaoki's intentions were, but even so, oh yeah, I do find it really quite interesting that she's always thinking that there are intentions. But could you imagine if this love isn't genuine and there are actually intentions for, you know, this to happen?
大丈夫よ。
I hope that's not the case. I really do. It's alright.
あの人ならちゃんと受け止めてくれるって。
Good. That man will be able to properly accept that. You think so?
そうよ。
I think so. I do. She put more apples she finished coring on the small plate and bit into one while smiling to try and encourage her sister. Yeah.
他人のそういうところを面倒に思う人だったら、これまでだって父さんのことで協力してくれたりしないって。
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, if he wasn't the kind of person who cared about other people's problems, he would have never been able to get along with that as much as he
だ
did.
からちゃんと相談して、これからのことを話し合いなさい。
That's really good. So please talk to her properly in the future.
私が健在なら全然 OK だけど、いつまでもそうとは限らないでしょ。
Fair. You'll be fine as long as I'm in good health. But that's not always going to be the case, you know.
なんだそりゃ。
What is this?
不吉なこと言わないでよ。
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
でもひょっとしたら万が一、いや奥が一にもあの野郎と結婚生活でも送ることを考えたら、さっさとバラした方が気が楽よ。
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I definitely don't disagree. I mean, for example, in Kagebushi, she really coped with, you know, the loss of Tomoe well. Really well. Yeah, but in the 1 in 10,000, no 1 in 100 million times that does happen, I think you'd have an easier time enduring it if you were married to that man. Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I really get what Madoka means. Like, why are you saying something so fucking ominous? I mean, yeah, it's just talking about, like, marriage with somebody that, you know, you really have high hopes for. And then just talking about your potential death. I mean, God.
あんただってそれくらいのことは分かってんでしょ。
Yeah. Madoka nodded her head. She understood all that, but she just wanted to hear her sister say it. Yeah, fair, because it felt like she was just making excuses.
なんか話したらすっきりしちゃった。
Oh, talking about this has made me feel
やっ
better.
ぱ持つべきものは物分かりのいいお姉様だね。
Yeah, this is what compassionate and understanding elder sisters are for. Yeah, fair.
調子のいいこと言ってんじゃない。
Don't get full of
そ
yourself.
れに交際は認めても結婚なんてよっぽど頑張らない
Oh, yeah, like
と
that,
うなずいてなんかやんないからね。
Plus, even if I accept your marriage, you won't get my approval unless you give it your all.
うわ、まだ言ってますよこの人は。
I just love that change in her attitude. Oh my God. What you're still saying? Just then. What? Has... Okay, that is a little bit misleading. I thought she could have... I thought, like, worst case scenario then, Madoka could have potentially put the gun on Tomoe. I mean, I don't get how that would have happened, but, like, still... Oh, I'm sorry, why? But, like, still... And they heard the classic with the knob turning, and then a man dressed in a hospital gown emerged. His face didn't look familiar, and more importantly, there was no reason for another hospital patient to enter Madoka's private room. That is weird, yeah. So what's the deal with this guy?
誰?
Who are you?
いや、その
I'm surprised I don't know this person whatsoever. Huh? Oh,
何の用なの?
Do you need something? Tomoe quickly rose to her feet and stood in front of Madoka to cover her, reaching her hand into her jacket and then grimaced. She was on suspension. Oh, yeah, since she was on suspension, she wasn't carrying her use of baton. That's actually really quite odd, though. I really don't understand what this patient would have had to do with these people. That is actually really quite weird, though. Why is this person entering the room? What if he's lost? Still, with this distance, with one adversary, she could handle the situation if she closed the gap. Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah, okay, good. I mean, I didn't really think it was going to be much to begin with, but yeah. He suddenly donned a confused and upset expression when faced with that forceful question. Yeah, then as if he has realised something, he took a step out of the room and looked at the room tag.
すみません、間違えました。
I'm sorry, I was mistaken.
Eh?
Oh, right, huh? As soon as he tossed those words out, his face turned red and he slammed the door. Oh, God, that's embarrassing. Oh, I feel bad. Then footsteps could be heard running down the door. Oh, I even...
何?
What was that?
あれ?
Yeah, somebody's got the wrong room for something. Oh, God. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't disagree. I was probably just mistaken about which room this is. Oh, Kaoru-san made the same mistake once before. Oh. Madoka lightly giggled while staring at her sister's bag. Tomoe was still standing in front of her trying to protect her. Then Madoka poked her. According to Madoka, all the hospital rooms in this building from the 3rd to 8th floor have exactly the same layout. Oh, that must be really quite hard not to get lost. Yeah, and not only that, there wasn't much variety in the furniture in the rooms or the view out of the window. So even if you weren't used to it, you could easily mistake which floor you're on after exiting the elevator. That must be a nightmare if you're working. Holy fuck. Apparently Yamaki came to visit earlier and mistakenly barged into another room on a lower floor without even knocking. Oh my god, yeah, just like this person's done. Oh. That is so embarrassing. Now that you mention it, yeah. Indeed, after bringing it up, Tomoe also noticed the same thing earlier when she went to the nurse's station to borrow a fruit knife. Oh, I'm actually really quite surprised that people would let, others borrow stuff like that. I mean, obviously it is for good intentions, but, not everyone has good intentions. This is society. God. Unfortunately, all of them were loaned out. Oh, but the nurse said she could get another if she tried going 2 floors downstairs. But Tomoe did momentarily worry she was on the wrong floor, since it had the exact same layout. Oh, yeah. I couldn't imagine how difficult that must be to work in a place like that. I mean, you have to be so thorough about where you actually are, and, if the place you're actually in is the right one. If you're potentially, working for a patient that's really quite ill, mentally, it would be really quite difficult to, just bear the responsibility your mistake may have made. What if this person did have really bad paranoia and stuff like that, and the only person that they could actually, see without feeling really, really scared is, the nurses that they trust? I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if some people thought that. To me, at least. God, I could not imagine how embarrassing that would be, though. Holy fuck. I mean, these people are actually quite lucky, though. I mean, obviously, this is a mistake. Like, Tomoe is not going to come out of the, you know, hospital room like, you were invading my privacy, you're a fucking idiot, and just trying to, you know, just get as much fear out of this person as she possibly could. No, it's good, that. If you did this to the wrong person, they would definitely do something like that. Well, there seemed to be a relatively normal situation. Oh. But, well, there seemed to be a relatively normal situation for general hospitals with a large number of patient rooms. Yeah, fair. But Tomoe wish they give her a little more consideration for the people who actually had to use them. Yeah, fair. Yeah. But anyway, I'm sure a lot of the hospital patients get lost. Yeah, understandable, yeah. In which case, it bothers me that these rooms don't have locks. Oh, it's alright. Yeah, fair. That patient earlier just made a careless mistake because he was tired. Sis? Suddenly. What? Tomoe completely froze in place, with her hand still hovering in the air, reaching for the last apple piece. And the next moment she rose to her feet as though she had realised something, then began heading out of the hospital room without even noticing that the chair had fallen down behind her. Oh, wait, what's wrong? Oh, excuse me. I would like to speak with the first Division Station Chief Honjo-san. What has she realised? She's definitely had a breakthrough. There is no way she hasn't. Oh. The timetable listing her destination pattered as she put it away. And at last, the flight she planned to board displayed a now commencing boarding stat. Why is she flying? Now then. After drinking the rest of the wine in her paper cup, she slowly stood up and... Oh, Hiranuma. Oh, so Hiranuma's actually going on holiday. Oh, after drinking the rest of the wine in her paper cup... Ugh! She slowly stood up and grabbed the bag from the seat next to her. Wait, hang on a second, I'm thinking... No. No, I'm thinking of something different. No. Yeah. She had already checked her suitcase and luggage, so her personal belongings were relatively light. Wonder what the significance of this is. She faintly sneered at the crowd of passengers lined up at the boarding gate. The seats were the poor, cramped economy seats. The services and accommodations were completely different from the first class seat she would be sitting in. Oh, so definitely a rich girl. Could you imagine if she has some sort of really evil background even? Oh, I really wonder. Such a pity sitting with your shoulders shrunk together, having to endure that for a multiple hour-long flight. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. She muttered that in her head while throwing the paper cup into a nearby trash can, then turned to face the completely empty first class gate. Oh, of course it's completely empty. Oh, right then.
Oh, Macau e bakansu desu ka?
Oh, vacationing in Macau, eh? Sounds lovely. Huh? Oh. You have got to be kidding me. Did these people know each other? Looking back towards the voice that suddenly called out to her from behind, she found an elderly man in a thick coat approaching her with a pleasant smile on his face. And at a quick glance, he was styled like a worn-down business manager. However, she understood well that his occupation was since they had met once before. Oh, right. Interesting. God, I'm actually really quite surprised. They must have obviously, got to know each other really quite well if, he's that happy to see her. What a coincidence. You? Oh, interesting. I mean, I get that he's a detective and everything, but yeah, she doesn't really sound the most fun.
お久しぶりです。
Long time no see.
茨城県警捜査一課の本庄です。
It's Honjo for the first investigations and division of the Ibaraki Prefectural Police Department. The man who addressed himself as Honjo pulled a black notebook out of his jacket pocket and held it up to her. What? You have got to be fucking kidding me. Has he just introduced? Oh, that's interesting though. So of course they would want to stop her getting on the flight because they could potentially feel as if she may have had involvement with Nagisa's suicide. Suicide? We don't know that. It's likely, but it's not concrete evidence. It's not a concrete claim even. Oh my god. So has she just like been shown a picture of, you know, a mutilated corpse that, you know, belonged to a person that she saw every single fucking week? The moment she saw it, she ran through Hinanima Yoko's body as every ounce of blood flowed over.
搭乗手続きまだ混んでるみてえだべ。
The chicken area still looks pretty crowded.
それまでちっとお話聞いてもらえませんか。
Do you mind having a small chat until it clears up?
何でしょうか。
About what?
いやー、大したことじゃねえんだべ。
Well, it's nothing major. Nothing major? Are you
あなたに
sure?
ずっと確かめておきたかったことがあったんですが、今の今まで忘れててや。
What the fuck is this? He definitely sounds like he has... Is he not talking about this investigation? He's in Ibaraki. Why would he know anything about this? I'm being really stupid here. I mean, if this is somebody like, for example, I don't know, like anybody from Kakiyuchi, it would seem reasonable, but yeah.
何をですか。
What would that be?
いや、前にお伺いした話の
This
繰り
maybe
返
a
しで
repeat
す。
of our earlier conversation.
あなた、沢村浩平君の発見の時、最初に警察に連絡して、それから担当医の先生を呼び出した。
What is he getting at? When Sawamura Kohei-kun was discovered, you first contacted the police and then the doctor in charge, isn't that right?
ええ、そうですが。
Yes, that's right.
味がいなかった。
You're not mistaken about that.
だから、そうです。
As I said, that's right. Interesting that. She sounds definitely defensive. Yeah, but at the same time, maybe that could be because she's, you know, annoyed that she's being interrogated. You can't entirely, you know, rule that out to potentially be something of, you know, bad intention. You know, to intentionally be hiding bad intent, really. There was a hint of irritation in Hinamima's voice as she repeated that response. What on earth was this man hoping to hear? Yeah, okay, I think from that we can just tell that, you know, she isn't
大体、それ
suspicious.
が何か。
And what of it anyway?
いやね、なんだかおかしくねえすか。
Oh, isn't something odd?
なんで8階から見下ろしただけで沢村君が転落したって分かったんです？
Oh, isn't something odd? How do you know that Sawamura-kun had fallen to his death if all you did was look down from the 8th floor?
は？
Huh?
そんなの当然じゃないですか。
Yeah, I'm surprised at what he's getting at. I mean, now that is actually quite an interesting thing, though. I mean, now if you recognise somebody so much so that you could tell, because obviously the face wouldn't, he'd be facing head down like this, so she'd in theory only be able to see the hair, but she recognised the body shape, the body size, you know, the hair maybe. I don't know.
窓が開いてて、さっきまで病室にいた人が外の地面に横たわっていたら、普通そう考えるのが自然でしょ。
The window was open and the person who was in the hospital room earlier was laying on the ground outside. Isn't it normal to think so?
ねえ、確かにその通り。
Yes, exactly.
でもね、ちょっと腑に落ちないんですよ。
There's something that doesn't quite make sense.
だったらなんで彼を助けることを第一に考えなかったのか。
Now that is interesting, but at the same time, what if, you know, she was just convinced that a fall that far would have just been death, instant death?
え？
Huh? The smile on Honjo's face vanished as he stared at Hinanuma with a piercing glare. That was when she noticed the other men dressed in suits like detectives were standing to block the exits. Now it's interesting that she's resorting to going to the exits. That's definitely proving that she's hiding something. easily.
8階からの転落。
A fall from the 8th floor.
常識で考えれば即死してもおかしくねえ高さだ。
Yeah, if you think about it logically, it's high enough to cause incident. I agree, yeah. It's actually really quite interesting, this though, because even though she was a nurse and, you know, she probably would have been convinced that he'd be killed, why wouldn't you go to check that? Hmm.
ですがね、普通の医療現場の人
Yeah,
な
I
ら
agree.
たとえ
I
1% でも
couldn't agree more.
助かる可能性に欠けるはずです。
But for professionals in the medical field, normally they rush to save somebody even if there was only a 1% chance of success. Yeah.
だとしたら最初に連絡を取るのは救急で、
Yeah. In which case, shouldn't your first step have been to call emergency services?
警察に連絡するのは死亡が確認されるから。
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Yeah. It is odd that this hasn't actually happened. Called the police only after you confirmed he was dead.
担当医なんて一番後です。
Yeah. And the doctor in charge would be the last person to contact.
違いますか？
Or am I mistaken? Yeah, no, it is odd that.
それはあの時は私も動転していて。
It's because I was frightened and shaken up at the time. Now that's interesting. Even though you were frightened and shaken up, I mean, it should have just been in the job description, really. Like, in emergency situations like these, you should, even though you were obviously feeling these things, you should have that sort of initiative to, you know, act beyond those feelings and, you know, save a life, because it doesn't matter if you're frightened and shaken up.
それから
This person
沢
could
村
potentially
君の部屋
be
が
dead.
密室で鍵がかかってたって話ですが。
And then there's a story that Samura-kun's room was a closed room since the door was locked.
確かにあなたの言う通り、防犯カメラには最後にあなたが彼の部屋を訪れてからずっと誰も彼の部屋さ入ってなかった。
Indeed, the camera showed that nobody entered this room after you, just as you said.
だから彼が鍵をかけて部屋から誤って落っこちたが自殺したって話になってっぺ。
So he locked the door before accidentally falling from the room, but then you said he committed suicide. It's interesting. How does she know?
しかしね、あそこの鍵はかけてから閉めるようになってます。
But the door could have been locked after it was
ってこと
closed.
は密室殺人の条件は崩れるんです。
Yeah, now that would be interesting. Hang on a second, wasn't this one of the doors that... No, they could only be locked from the inside though, that's what I thought.
部屋を出てった犯人が鍵を閉めることができるってことですから。
It's possible that the perpetrator locked the door after leaving the room using the key.
つまり逆に言えば
Let's
こ
put
れ
it
で
another
す。
way.
誰かに自殺を装って殺されたのだとしたら、
Somebody wanted to murder him and disguise it as a suicide.
一番怪しいのは最後に彼と会った
Yeah!
あなた。
Now that is seriously... That is really quite surprising. Could you imagine if maybe Hiranuma is actually a murderer and Blimmin' Nagisa discovered this? I am seriously surprised if this is the case. Why? Just genuinely why? If this has actually happened. But what the fuck, man? I do not understand this. I mean... Yeah, now that is really quite something. Oh my god. So, could you imagine if this is actually the case? But what is the motive though? That's what I want to know. What is this? Well, you would have thought if you were in, you know, a real state of disbelief, why are you not trying to cover yourself up? Why are you asking what the fuck everything is? I mean, if I was in this situation personally, I would have... No, I mean, this person isn't the same... I can't really abide by my values in a situation like this because we're not the same people. Hidonuma shouted in rage and dropped her carry-on bag to the floor. The glass came undone and the black bag split open, causing some cosmetics and small... Oh god. Oh, that's a nightmare. And you're suggesting I threw him out of the window. It is really fucking unlikely, because what was the reason for him actually, you know, falling out of the window? I mean, it was literally just like a dream causing him to go to the window and then, you know, completely falling. I mean, that's just so weird. Yeah, fair enough actually, yeah. Yeah, because how would he not have thought that? Well, this is... No, hang on a second, I'm being ridiculous here. There could have been no drugs, because obviously there would have been traces. There couldn't have been any, you know, knocking him unconscious before actually doing so, because, you know, there would have been traces of that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, yeah. How can you suggest that I brought somebody taller than myself to that window, much less threw him out of it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is really understandable evidence, yeah. Evidence? No, sorry, a claim. Really understandable claim. Well, normally you think so. What if you think about it like this? Yeah, so you could in theory just seize the opportunity. All it would take is a kick. He could approach the window on his own and climb to the ledge. Yeah, I agree. If that were the case, you would be able to throw him off with a light push. I don't understand the meaning of that. Exactly, yeah, I don't understand that either. Because the situation that I've concocted in my head that I thought I heard, it just seems too unlikely. It's because he didn't think it was dangerous. What? Hang on a second, how come? Hidonuma caught her breath. He knew. This man What? This man knew all of her machinations! What? You have got to be kidding me. So she's actually had some sort of... Well, right, you said that before Samura-kun was discovered, he had his temperature taken and then went to sleep. Oh, now that is interesting. Yeah, because obviously the fire alarm would have actually created an alibi. Then there was a malfunction with the alarm just before the first to discover the body. Ozaki Nagisa came to visit him. So Surely thereafter, the nurses visited every patient's room to explain the situation.
あなたは沢村君には違うこと言った。
You told Samura-kun something else.
例えば、火事を逃げなさいと。
Something like, there's a fire, get out of here! What the genuine fuck? So he would have actually gone on the window because it would be the only safe That is still fucking stupid. But at the same time though, holy
そしてあなたは
shit.
窓の方を指さす。
And then he pointed towards the window.
それを聞いた沢村君は寝起きで意識が混濁していたために自分の部屋が1階だと勘違いした。
Oh! Oh my god! Holy shit, that's so horrible. What the fuck has she done this for? When Samura-kun heard that, he was confused from just waking up and thought he was still in the room on the first floor. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
もともと彼の部屋は8階に移る1週間前までは1階でしたからね。
shit! Now that is interesting. I really wonder if it's actually quite odd because the 8th room would have been, you know, the psych ward. I mean, yeah, I think she was deliberately doing this. It doesn't match up to why he's actually been placed in the psych ward. He was literally getting better. He was going to, you know, leave in a week. Why the fuck is the person that she's been, like, you know, nursing for 6 months the person she commits murder on? Yeah,
しか
that's
も
true
以
though.
前に窓から逃げたことがあるためさ、外さ出るさは廊下よりも窓の方が早いと思い込んだ。
Oh god! And not only that, but his old room was physically located somewhere that escaping through the window would be faster than running down the hall. Oh my god!
そんでアッパ突破しながら窓に近づいて縁に足をかけたところで、ようやくここが8階であったことに
Yeah, but
気
the
づ
only
く。
thing is way too late then, because this fucking arsehole, she's going to push you and you are going to fall to your death. Yeah, so as he hastily approached the window and climbed up to the ledge, he was surprised to notice he was actually on the 8th floor. Yeah.
「そんで落っこちめえと両手でサッシを掴んだが、その後ろからあなたが突き飛ばし、支えきれずさそのまま落下した。
Yeah, when he noticed he was about to fall, he grabbed the window frame with both hands. But when you approached him from behind and pushed, he didn't have the means to support himself, so he fell. Yeah.
証拠はあるのですか?
Now that, if I was analysing this speech, I would just think that is so obvious in terms of a defeat. Her voice, what she's saying, the way she says it, oh my god. Why though? I mean, the how is fucking... It's fucked. Very clever, but also very fucking horrible. The why is what I want to know.
Here,
do you know what these are?
冊子についた沢村君の爪の跡です。
Oh! Yeah, brilliant. That gives you everything you need. Yeah.
普通高層階から飛び降りようと考えるときは、左右か下のみに指紋と爪痕がつくもの。
Normally, when somebody is jumping from a high place, the fingerprints and nail marks appear just on the bottom rather than the left and right sides. Yeah.
ところが彼の場合、右と下に爪痕がある。
Yeah, but in this case, there were nail markings on the right side and the bottom.
しかも右には抵抗した際に爪を剥がしたのが血痕も発見された。
Jesus! Holy shit. Moreover, he clenched so strongly on the night side that it peeled his nails off, leaving bloodstains behind.
そんなので探偵なんて。
Yes, they can.
Ado, 彼の爪の間に彼以外の血液型の皮膚片がありましてね。
Also, we found his traces of skin of a different blood type beneath his nails.
その血液型は RH- の A 型。
Blood type was A-.
そしてあなたも確か。
Sure enough, that's your type too. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, you have so been found out. And that is genuine evidence there. So obviously I'm assuming that's, that's a sign of resistance. That's a sign of resistance if you were, on, basically about to fall to your death and you were... Somebody was trying to push you over, you potentially, I don't know, just trying to grab their hand and trying to get back up. That could be a, massive sign of resistance. Yeah. Now, it would be really quite interesting. All of these things, they could lead to an accident, by the way. No, they couldn't. The response would have been different if it was an accident. No, this was deliberate. There's no way it wasn't. But these could all be... What? No. What am I thinking? I mean, obviously, KOUHEI could have accidentally jumped out of the window either way, but... Yeah, Hiranuma, she probably would have stopped it. Yeah, interesting that the windows weren't actually locked. They weren't locked because it would obviously damage the mental stability of the patient, but yeah, also for another reason in this case.
Would
you mind taking off those gloves?
あなたの手のどちらかに沢村君と争った時にできた傷跡がある。
Oh, one of your hands should have a scar from your father. She's so done it. She's so done it. He's so subtle. Hiranuma hung her head, then fell to her knees. After seeing that, Honjo silently nodded to the detectives behind her. On that signal, they moved around to both sides of her. However... Oh no. There are many ways you can react after just realising that your entire fucking future is going to be ruined because a murder you've done has been, found out. This is definitely not one of them that would be natural. What the fuck? Why is she laughing like this? Yeah, I'm just as surprised as him. Suddenly, Hiranuma sneered and began laughing in a low, creepy voice. Yeah. Then she looked up with her eyes open wide while still crackling. I really think this just shows how fucking weird this has become. What? What is this? Yeah, what is this? Seki Honda. Restrain the suspect. Oh, is she actually... Don't let either of her hands free. God! Somebody... Oh! Oh! Hiranuma shook her hair about and cried out in a strange voice while picking up the fruit knife that had fallen out of her carry-on bag. Then she swung it in all directions in an effort to intimidate the detectives. The detectives can do this to her wrist, and they can clench it, and they can make it so that her wrist literally turns white. Yeah, I think they have the advantage. And then, noticing the gap between the detectives, she managed to open with her blade. She ran towards the back window in an effort to escape. Then, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? What? What the hell? She plunged a knife into her own throat and stabbed it over and over again. What the genuine fuck? This is happening in public as well. I do not even want to ask what the fuck has happened. She's definitely got the syndrome. Definitely. Why would she have gone to Hinamizawa though? I do not understand whatsoever. What? A dull gurgling sound and an overflowing viscous liquid rang out while a stream of bright red blood fell down to the floor. Out of nowhere, a grief-stricken stream came out strong enough to tear through silk. Oh my god, yeah, understandable. Yeah, god, yeah. The surrounding detectives are all frozen hot. No, they can't. This is the most important time of their job. They need to act. Oh my god, yeah, understandable that he felt. Yeah, so on it. Fucking hell. Yeah, Honda, call her first aid squad. Yeah, tell them to bring resuscitation tools and a rescue kit. Holy shit, this is weird. Suicide? Yes, what became of the suspect? That is so surprising though, what she thought, the core belief she had, the fact that the investigation was not a suicide. It's actually been proven. I am seriously surprised about this. I was so convinced it was a suicide at first, but that is just how smart Hinamizawa was. So she's obviously been plotting this while on Hinamizawa syndrome. I love it. That is seriously weird though. Like, genuinely. God. That really is surprising. I'm sorry. Do we have Tomoe? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We only don't have Tomoe there. I really wonder if what caused her to, do a skedaddle was actually the, a breakthrough. I just want to get the exact words that were said. I want to see if she potentially had a breakthrough. Part 8, is that around where I'd be? Part 9. This is it, right? Nah, part 13. Yep, this is where I am. Right, so weird though, my god. Right, where is... Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course this would make her, have a breakthrough. The patient earlier just made a careless mistake because he was tired. Yeah, exactly. That would mean everything to Tomoe because obviously that would make the entire, truth of things come to light. Oh my god. That's so cool. The fact that she was actually able to realise it as well. Yeah. Jesus. Interesting. Oh god. Yeah, Tomoe was so shocked she was at a loss of words after hearing that from Honjo over the phone. Yeah, understandable. Yeah. She's got to Hinamizawa though. It's really quite weird, yeah. Yeah, losing control and tending to suicide wasn't out of the question, naturally. Honjo and the others probably felt the same way, yeah. but the men froze when they witnessed Hinami's strange or rather completely baffling transformation. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, she was just completely shocked, and then, you know, it's so sudden. That was genuinely the really quite surprising thing. I mean, to be fair, she was silenced there. I mean, she was completely silent there. Maybe she was just suppressing loads of really fucking weird things. Yeah! Just why did she kill? I just don't get how she had the rationality to think about this. You know, think about a way to kill. Before this, maybe it was just... I mean, for example, we do have people like Shion. I mean... Yeah, so we could have people like her, I don't know. And Katie as well, and Tokihogushi. Yeah, shrieking in a weird voice and going mad with laughter before finally piercing her throat with a knife and dying. Nobody in decent mental health would ever turn to that. I mean, yeah. Even if they intended self-harm. Oh yeah, definitely. If you intend self-harm, I don't really think you have decent mental health. Was it a spasm induced by some illness? Or was she at her wit's end after being cornered and acting in a panic? I couldn't say. Yeah, and I find it really quite interesting. Yeah, this is true.
平沼陽子が何かの薬物を服用していたという話はあったのですか?
Was taking any sort of drugs?
いや少なくとも現時点ではね。
Yeah, interesting man. No, at least not at the moment.
勤務態度も普通で、同僚や知人、
Now that is
オラが
seriously
近隣の
odd.
住人の誰に聞いても信じられない。
The fuck caused this change to happen though? Seriously? There is so much we don't know. Her colleagues, acquaintances and neighbours said she had a normal working attitude when she was asked about it. All they could say was, I can't believe it. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't seem like they were covering for... Oh no, definitely not. No.
なのに、なんでそんな最後を?
Yeah. But why turn to that in the end?
わからん。
I don't know.
いや本当にわかんねえんだ。
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, and I just find it really interesting. Even he's at a loss for words. The detective!
平沼陽子がなぜ沢村浩平を殺したって
Interesting. Well, they're not exactly going to be able to learn it now. I don't understand Hinami Yoko's motive for killing Sawamura Kohei either.
巴ちゃんが言っていた尾崎渚の殺人事件に彼女が関与していたが
Yeah, definitely, yeah. There was no way of possibly knowing. And if she was somehow involved with Ozaki Nagisa murder case she was investigating, now everything is in the dark. Yeah.
家宅捜索を行ってもそれらしき証拠
It seems like this person was just really quite chill and really quite tame. The only logical conclusion I would have thought could maybe be like some sort of H173 injection, because they don't actually appear on traces. But, yeah. H173 is instant level 5, you only have like 10 minutes to live at the very most, so it can't be. There's no way it can. No. And it doesn't really make sense that if the police would have never arrived there, obviously she would have been alright. I find it interesting that she was potentially leaving the country. I wonder where she would have been going to. Yeah, that is so surprising though. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. There's no way to find out either. It's really quite difficult. Dana, maybe? I don't know. Honjo-san. It was a rare occasion for Honjo to speak as though he had given up. Yeah, if anything, he was the person that had actually inspired, you know, the diligence and just dedication that Tomoe has. It really is quite surprising. He always tried to search for a breakthrough that could lead to a new theory. Yeah, definitely, yeah. In other words, this was the kind of incident where the culprit could never be found. Yeah.
私の方でもいくつか探ってみます。
Yeah, nice. I do what I can on my end to keep searching.
また何かありましたら連絡をいただけますか?
Can you contact me if anything else comes up?
巴ちゃん。
はい。
Yes.
これはオーラの勘だが。
This is just a hunch, but... Oh, shit.
わかってます。
Ooh, the truth behind this incident runs deeper than you think. I understand that.
安易に言うな。
Oh my god. Wow, this is serious. Don't say that so casually.
それが分かってねえって言うんだ。
Saying you don't understand at all. God, that is just such a sudden turn. I mean, my god, he must be so stressed. I don't blame him, but god. Now, I find it really interesting that he's actually, you know, having this hunch. I wonder where this suspicion is being developed from, because obviously it does. Hinamizawa syndrome, big contender in, you know, what's her name? Hinamizawa's mysterious death. Also said that response in response to Tomoe almost reflective answer. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, a male student was murdered and the culprit committed suicide. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. If that was all there was to it, it could simply be a case of murder committed for a personal enjoyment or to sate curiosity. Yeah, but a person who exhibited no such abnormalities until now suddenly changed and attacked another person than herself. Yeah, no, I know. It's so weird. It really is. That really is unbelievable. So, yeah, it's just really quite interesting. Somebody that has a completely normal life and then them just suddenly doing murder. All in a sudden move. Yeah. Criminals who kill to sate curiosity always have some sort of preference or an established environment that has led them to thought, oh yeah, definitely, yeah, so to kill yourself after that is just wrong. Yeah, there's no chance of a person turning to aberrant behaviour without that. Yeah, be careful, Tomoe-chan. Oh yeah, definitely. Whoever is out there, they want her dead, potentially. Because, you know, of the arson that happened. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, yeah. It is actually really quite bad because she has had a week's suspension, but, yeah, I don't know. This isn't the kind of thing you should handle on your own in your own spare time. Yeah, always be cognizant of your surroundings. Yeah. She really does need to be careful. I mean, yeah, this case is serious shit. It really is. Right. Yeah, I'll keep that in the back of my mind always. Then Tomoe hung up the phone. Shouldn't have hung on my own, huh? Yeah, Oishi would be a very good person to do this with. That was certainly true. Yeah, but 2 children. Oh, God, no, I know! 2 children that she knew had already fallen victim. Right, I'm going to take 2, so we have Nagisa, obviously. Yeah, and Kohei as well, of course. Yeah, could she discuss the cases being blocked on all sides, just as he said? That's right. There's another incident where a person not showing any abnormalities suddenly changed and attacked a person. Even though she had convinced herself, yeah. Oh, yeah. That is so true, though. Now that really is. Yeah, even though she had convinced herself there was no such thing just a moment ago. Yeah, but isn't the Ryugu Reina case a perfect example of that? It is, yeah. If that's the case, then that girl... There was a possibility. That Ryugu Reina had some sort of connection to this series of incidents. And if Reina has a connection, then you do not go alone. She literally tried to fucking kill you twice. In which case, if she investigated the girl's background a little more thoroughly, surely. Now, that is a fair point, but they're not going to find anything because Hinamizawa syndrome. No records whatsoever. Oh my god, though. That is true, though. It is a complete connection. Yeah. It's actually really quite interesting. With Denna, you know, she didn't change suddenly. There were so many things that had obviously led to her, you know, changing gradually. And obviously she, like we see in Tokihogushi, she has a tendency for whenever she's feeling really quite stressed to hide a lot of it at school and just obviously try and enjoy the time that she's there. Obviously she can't do it fully. But yeah, it's only in her worst moments that the stress completely ruins her. Like we've seen in, you know, ending up Tokihogushi and also ending of, well, whatever this was, this disaster at the school. Ooh, just then the phone directly in front of her began to ring. Though she was confused for a moment by the sudden interruption, Tomoe quickly switched back to normal and picked up the receiver.
Hi, moshi.
Yes, hello. Oh, is Assistant Director Minai, Chief Yamaoki is calling for you. Please come to the Chief's office. Oh, this could potentially be about the suspension. Oh shit. The Chief? I've received a call from the General Affairs Office, likely needing her to act as Madoka's representative in her absence. Tomoe got up and rose to her feet. Interesting. Now, I think this is a case of, let's just say, unplanned urgency. She's not going to realise how urgent the situation is, only until she gets there. Shit, man, I really wonder. So, I really wonder. A drink at your deathbed? What? Sounds like a very interesting tip name. Right, well, I'm no discussion. I am going instantly into this. I'm really quite interested. What is this? Anyway, that was a beautiful call. What?
ターゲットは割と体格のいい少年でしたから、証拠も残さずどのようにして仕留めるのかと思っておりましたが、まさか自分から窓を乗り越えさせるとは。
What? His target was a relatively well-built boy, so I wasn't. Hang on a second. What? His target was a relatively well-built boy, so I wasn't sure how you'd be able to take him out without leaving behind any evidence. I wouldn't have expected you to throw him out of the window.
さすがは我々が見込んだだけのことはある。
Excellent work as expected of you. Now let me just listen to this voice.
さすがは我々が見込んだだけのことはある。
I'm sorry, but that is no. There is no way. I don't know why these people really just give me, you know, vibes of people that would be mountain dogs. And secondly, you know, yeah, it sounds like Okonogi, if you ask me.
あまりおだてないでください。
Hang on a second, what? Oh, so this is before the death. Right, so I was actually thinking that the mountain dogs could have potentially framed her. Maybe she wasn't. And it would actually be, like, you know, unsurprising if this actually had happened. But could you imagine if she was actually working for the mountain dogs and she was always feeling like this? You know, always feeling it, you know, and always was a really bad person behind the scenes. Whereas Tomoe doesn't know this and then she's going to try and establish a false connection. Oh, please don't flatter me.
入院患者の世話を長らく務めていたおかげで、ああいった場合の行動心理が少しは理解できるようになっただけですよ。
So all the time I spent taking care of hospital patients, I'm able to understand just a little bit of their behavioural psychology. You know, you could use this to help them. You could use this to help people, and you could really improve people's, you know, lives or stuff like this. You don't fucking kill people. She knew it was flattery, but it felt good regardless. Oh yeah, you've just killed somebody. Now you're complimented for how it's done well, and then yeah, you can't feel bad, you just feel good about. Yeah, after all, even she didn't expect her trip to work out so well without any help.
窓の施錠については管理責任を問われましたが、それも厳重注意程度で済みました。
I had to take responsibility for the window being left unlocked, but even that only amounted to a stern reprimanding.
警察もその程度で業務上過失致死罪を突きつけてくるはずはありませんしね。
The police shouldn't press charges for a death caused by workplace negligence, but it wasn't workplace negligence.
その上で管理不行き届きの責任を取って辞職とあっても誰も疑う人はいませんわ。
And on top of that, even if management makes me take responsibility and fires me, nobody suspects a thing.
全くです。
Indeed.
その完全犯罪の見返りはお約束通りそういう
Well, I don't think she will now. Yeah. Now that is interesting that the Mountain Dogs haven't actually, you know, that they've completely pissed off. Yeah, I mean, obviously she was the only person in that queue towards the first class flights. Of course, first class, by the way, but yeah. They are definitely, they've definitely gone.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
着いた先で通帳を開いてみるのが楽しみですわ。
What the genuine fuck? She's done this for money! No, but at the same time, why have, you know, potentially the Mountain Dogs done it? This is weird. Oh my god. So, it's actually really quite interesting. They have the exact means of how the crime was done so they can arrest the person, but they have no idea of the motive. Usually, the motive really helps discover the how, but not in this case. For that amount of money, she had no regrets about throwing away a job she had worked for so many years. Now that is interesting, I really wonder. This is 1982, so it couldn't have been used to maybe frame EDF or anything, for example, or, you know, at the end what the Mountain Dogs plan to do is they plan to flame EDF for, I think it's just the irresponsibly spending funding of the, you know, received from, I think it's Koizumi's faction, and also, you know, just the deaths of Tokono and Tomitake even. That is so weird though. How much fucking money? Yeah, being obligated to deal with hospital patients day and night without rest. You would have thought you'd maybe feel a duty of care for having a job for so many years like that. As opposed to, you know, committing murder? Needing to handle everything perfectly and naturally. If there were any problems, the families would file complaints immediately. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. And in the worst case, even leading to, oh god, yeah. Yeah, you really can't do anything wrong here. Those families would shove the duties and care they themselves should have provided on her. Oh, and would take advantage of their position as paying customers to... Oh god, yeah. Plus, it continued getting worse year after year. Oh, slowly tearing her pride and sense of purposeness as a nurse to peace. Now that's interesting. That definitely shows why she's actually accepted this money. And I think because of all the stress she's had at this job, she can't really feel a duty of care to her patients just because of how awful it is. Like, you know, just constantly doing work, and obviously the complaints, no mistakes, the pressure from that. Yeah, still doesn't justify murder. God, I hate this sound effect. Should not be inching my throat while playing Higurashi. Obviously, I'm gonna, because it could be dialogue. On top of that, the number of active nurses has decreased in recent years. Oh, yeah, due to cost-cutting measures. Oh, right. Oh, that's a nightmare. Yeah, that really is a nightmare, yeah. You can leave a job, you don't have to do it. Doesn't mean you should murder somebody for it. And furthermore, even though she worked so hard and contributed so much... Oh, yeah, medical association policy. Limited salary reviews. Yeah, and it's actually really quite interesting. Even in the 1980s, you had people being underpaid for, you know, such fucking hard work. Since it arrived at a time when she was already at the limit of her patience, there was no way she could resist. Oh. Right, after this, she was planning to lay low in a foreign country until things cooled down. And then it would be nice to get re-employed at another hospital. Yeah, even after killing your fucking patient. Jesus. Yeah, she thinks, oh, she's just living in the dream world. She really is. She would have got caught no matter what happened though. Yeah, no, I find that really quite interesting. It was so nearly a perfect crime, it really was. There were quite a lot of flaws, to be fair, but yeah. Could have been one. Could have been.
でも死んだあの子の彼女には気の毒
Oh
な
my
こと
god,
を
I'm
しま
surprised
し
that she
た。
actually has this fucking compassion. I mean, you really can tell that, you know, this stress is obviously completely... This stress is what's led to the syndrome, by the way, I think. And then obviously the awful deed of doing the murder has led to insanity. Yeah. Or if this is no Hinamizawa... No, this is Hinamizawa syndrome. There's no way. But I do feel sorry for the dead boy's girlfriend.
遠路はるばる来たというのに、第一発見者にさせてしまいましたからね。
Yeah, no, I found that really quite interesting. Yeah, interesting, because she would have been in such a state of shock that, you know, firstly, Hinanuma would, you know, it would be easier for her not to actually, you know, she'd just have a few seconds where she wouldn't actually have to act, and it'd be a little bit of a break, and obviously, then she'd probably use it to, I don't know, she was using it to call the hospital, if I remember correctly. So, she did genuinely do that, but, yeah. God, it really is just awful. I mean, it's just really quite funny that she knows that this has happened, and yet she still did it. I mean, God. Even though your life is stressful, how the fuck can you... I mean, there's one thing doing this, but secondly, like, not being able to see the difference between right and wrong.
別の日にしてもよかったのですが。
Yeah, if only it happened on another day.
仕方ありません。
There was none other way.
患者はかなり正常な思考を取り戻して、しかも例の少女からいろいろと話を聞いていたようですからね。
The patient was getting back to normal, back to a normal way of thinking, and he heard all those stories from the girl and that other incident.
情報の漏洩を防ぐためにも必要な措置でした。
What? This was... He was killed because of an information leak. What? Now that is interesting. I really wonder when stories... What could... Because obviously she doesn't know of Hinamizawa syndrome's existence. I don't really understand. The symptoms could have been displayed, yeah, but I don't really understand why it would incriminate them. Because she doesn't know anything about the mountain dog, so it's not like Tokihogushi. She can't have anything. Apart from the bugs, you know, crawling in her skin. Or her hallucinations of that. That's the only thing I can think of. That's so weird, though!
その前日に行う予定だった避難訓練が延期になっていなければ、ここまで回りくどいことをする必要はなかったかもしれませんが。
Of course, if the fire drill scheduled for the day hadn't been postponed, it may not have been necessary to resort to such an roundabout means. I wonder what they would have done if it... Well, of course, if the fire drill had actually happened and then, yeah, everybody would have potentially evacuated. Oh, wait, no, no, but people would have been, you know, thrown off guard. Maybe would have needed to evacuate, who knows. I mean, obviously, it's a fire drill, they wouldn't have needed to. But yeah, people would have just told everybody that it was a fake, but yeah. No, that's actually quite interesting because this had happened on this day as opposed to, you know, when it was meant to happen, that probably was a real cause for suspicion. But yeah, that really had to pinpoint her because she accidentally pressed the fire alarm. Indeed. The malfunction of the fire alarm had been a last resort she thought up on the spot. Yeah, thought up on the spot, yeah. She was worried the plan wouldn't work out without collaborators familiar with the mechanism, but those agents had been pros. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, these people were Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it was true that this man smiling in front of her was full of mysteries and beyond fishing. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. But even so, she was promised big money and plane tickets to get out of it. Interesting that she was promised the plane tickets, yeah. So she figured she could trust him enough. Yeah. Now that is interesting. So, yeah, that definitely tells us that, you know, they really have valuable information here. Maybe Deno actually has valuable information. Now, could you imagine, really insane story here? You know those really awful pharmaceuticals that she was actually fed, you know, so much so that, like, she didn't even feel as if she felt that she was basically, I suppose you could just say brain dead, like, living, but basically dead inside, really. I mean, just not being able to see anything, not being able to, like, even feel the track of time. Not even being able to control yourself, even though you have no physical problems. I really wonder if that was a means of getting the mountain dogs actually, the mountain dog sort of numbing her head of everything that was actually happening. I mean, it is unlikely, but at the same time, because you imagine if, like, I don't know, some sort of mountain dogs were working with professional as spies for, you know, professional, I don't know, just healthcare units, and they could have actually fed her the drugs just so she would do this. But at the same time, I don't really think that's likely at all. I think it's just chance that, you know, she's obviously forgotten all of these things, because, yeah, that is weird. That is really weird. I wonder what she knew. Oh yeah, they are full of mysteries. These people fucking kill parents.
とりあえず祝杯というのも不謹慎ではありますが、どうです?
You've just killed somebody and yet you... Yeah, it's just really quite interesting how little compassion these people think with. I mean, Hiranuma as well, Jesus Christ! I mean, I get that her life's terrible, not terrible, but like stressful and everything, but like, fucking hell. It's like saying my exams are stressful, so I don't know, I'm gonna kill somebody that I know. Like, what the fuck?
あいにく紙コップしかありませんが、ワインはなかなかの年代物です。
Unfortunately, I only have paper cups, but this is well-aged wine. Now this would be interesting. Could you imagine if something was administered within this wine?
あら、これはボルドーの。
Oh no, is that Bordeaux?
初めて見ましたわ。いい匂い。
Interesting.
落ち着き先ではこのようなワインは山ほどご用意しておりますから。
There are mountains of wine like this where you're going. Yeah, just get treated for luxury for having fucking killed somebody.
まずは飲み始めということで。
First, let's have a drink.
ええ、いただきますわ。
Yes, thank you for the wine. Then they each held a paper cup filled to the brim in the hand and lightly clapped them together. Unfortunately, it lacked the clinking sound of glass, but she thought it would be nice to savour it slowly as a restaurant in her destination. After drinking the contents, her contact stood up and said that he needed to make a phone call before departure.
はい。今例の
Yeah! That is unbelievable. Now I find it really quite interesting because all of this promise of luxury, I was always thinking it's a little bit odd that the EDA clinic, something that, you know, is already pushed for funds and is, you know, the research is denying. It's not going to be funded for much longer anyway. They're not going to have money. Why would they spend it on stuff like this? Now, I find that interesting. She has actually been poisoned with the syndrome. Things that administer the syndrome. That's so surprising, though. Oh, yeah, of course he didn't. Yeah. Yes, I didn't leave any fingerprints behind. Jesus. That's insane. That really is. Oh, God. Yeah, these people are so good at crime. They really are. Oh my god, that's unbelievable though. But that does explain everything though, yeah. It's just insane to think how far these people are going, really. He held the receiver to his ear while slowly peeling the resin film from his fingertips. Of course, he wasn't foolish enough to throw them into the trash, so he stuffed them into his waist pocket. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, do not throw them into the bin. Well, you deserve to be fucking jailed for life, but like, yeah. God, that's insane.
そうですね。
That's right.
県警の捜査一課が感づいたようですから、おそらく飛行機に乗り込む前になるかと。
It seems like the first investigation division at Prefectural HQ is onto something, so they may arrive before she boards the plane. Yeah, so I really wonder if, what was their objective?
いずれにしても大騒ぎになりますよ。
Either way, I'm sure it will be a huge commotion. Yeah.
激務のストレスの積み重ねで狂気を起こし、憂さ晴らしに患者を殺害。
Yeah, it's pathetic. Being fed up with this piling stress of being overworked, then killing a patient to take her mind off it.
そして警察に追い詰められた末に、その枠乱を爆発させて自殺。
Makes a very good news headline, and then after being cornered by the police, exploding in a panic before committing suicide.
なかなか説得力のあるシナリオだと思いませんか？
It does, yeah. Yeah, this first part doesn't, but everything else does. Hmm.
そんな言われ方は心外ですね。最後にとびっきりいいワインを飲ませてやったんですよ。死での旅には過ぎた代物だと思いますけどね。
Oh my god, yeah. I don't really think your values are very, let's just say, concrete. I think that's a suitable parting gift on the journey to death.
まあ、せめてもの慈悲ってことで。
At the very least, it's an act of pity. Yeah, God, you could feel a little bit more empathy.
ああ、
I mean,
あと例の架空口座の通帳は回収済みです。
Oh, that's right. I've already recovered the bank book for the fictitious account.
もっと派手に使いまくると思っていたんですけどね。引き出していたのはほんの少しだけでした。
I thought it would get more significant use, but only a few withdrawals are made.
いやいや、金の使い方のわからない貧乏人は悲しいですね。
How sad it is that poor people don't understand how to use money.
見たこともない大金にビビっちゃったんでしょうか。
Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. She probably got scared about having more money than she'd ever seen before.
それでは。
Yeah. Now, my fucking god, that really is awesome. This is just horrible, though. I mean, you really just see these people, they have no value for human life whatsoever. And they will completely fuck up somebody's life in pursuit of, making it so that fuck up many people's lives. I mean, it's just really quite insane that one bit of information that this person would have actually remembered, it's resulted in Nagisa dying, it's resulted in Nena, potentially killing Tomoe. No, it hasn't actually resulted in... No, obviously it has, because, Tomoe wouldn't have gone to see Nena if that wasn't the case. And then it's resulted in Nagisa herself, obviously. Kouhei, like 3 people already, and potentially a 4th, who knows? Anyway, it's about time. Wait. Just then a large crowd of policemen ran down the walkway next to the payphone. And beyond that flow, yeah, a loud commotion could be heard. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
さすがだな。時間ぴったり。
Perfect timing, right on cue.
平沼陽子さん、良い旅。
Yeah, get yourself all out of the crime. Alright, Hiranuma Yoko-san, have a nice trip. Yeah, you're gonna have a really nice trip. Yeah. Yeah, God. that really was quite something. My god, man, I'm really quite surprised to learn about that, but at the same time, it makes sense, and it is very, very shocking, the truth. Oh my god, man. That was really quite good today. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm fucking excited to see it tomorrow. This story just gets better and better, I swear to god. I mean...
失礼します。
Excuse me.
お呼びでしょうか?
Oh yeah, Yamaki's office. I wonder what the significance of that is going to be. But yeah, man. Oh my god, that was so cool today. So, yeah, just not really seeing that, but yeah, it was really quite interesting to see, like, you know, why Tomoe was actually suspended as well. I mean, yeah, it just really shows how many arseholes are in the workplace, and yeah, it just really shows. Oh my god, Nagisa dying though. Jesus, man. That was just... Yeah, that really was quite painful. I mean, yeah, you not only have Nagisa dying, but then you have, you know, you have all the stuff about Hiranuma. That interrogation and just completely, you know, destroying everything that's happened. That was so interesting. And then just, like, revealing, you know, the nature of the crime right after it's happened. I think that was done geniusly. Seriously, I think that was so good. Oh, well, that's got to be some of the most... That's going to be a really quite interesting mystery, that. And I really wonder what this is actually going to mean. I wonder what Tomoe is going to realise now that she knows that this has actually happened. I really wonder if they're going to be able to realise, you know, just the fact that the crime seems so odd and so out of place. Maybe somebody else is pulling the strings. And I really wonder, because these people were, without a doubt, the Mountain Dogs. Everything points to them, and it makes sense for them to be the Mountain Dogs. So, yeah, man, I really wonder what's going to happen. Oh man, I'm excited to read tomorrow. So yeah, yeah, it will definitely be deserved. Oh, I'm gonna have a fucking horrible day of exams tomorrow. I have 2. I have English language and maths, and I want to die. In other words, yeah, I won't be able to play for long. Yeah, so yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, see you tomorrow.